Welcome everybody to edition 24 of Upstream on Trusted.tv. 14 acts on the show today, really good mixture of live performances and new videos, a cool interview with Toby Sonics and a trailer for the new Heliphonics EP. But we're kicking off today with a track that I've been playing in my radio show. It's gone down really well with that audience. Wonderful duo from Leeds, it's Lines of Flight, and this is Moth-Eaten Heart. From Leeds, that's Lines of Flight and the track called Moth-Eaten Heart. Well, next up, it's an artist who says he bides his time between London and Devon. He's also a very talented multi-instrumentalist and writer. It's Imrul Qais, and this is a track which is called Want the Same Things.
Hi, my name's Upstream Ed. All of these songs come from my own studio where I play everything, do all the vocals, mix and produce, and this is a song called Want the Same Things.
Imral Kai's there and a track called Want the Same Thing. Well, Rosie Begonzi appeared on this show in 2020 a couple of times with videos where she was rapping inspired by the Black Lives Matter campaign. And I also interviewed her on the show at the time. Rosie, of course, as well as being a generally fantastic musician and percussionist, normally would be playing for people like Nana Cherry, is a specialist in an instrument called the handpan, which is a 21st century invention that has correlation with steel drums. Rosie performs every Thursday a live stream in which she plays a handpan, and those of us who attend pick words, and she improvises in response to whatever words we give her. One such occasion, she came up with this one in response to the word juicy, and has very kindly given me the video of her playing that track from the live stream for us to use on Upstream. It's Rosie Begonzi, and this is Juicy.
So if you can think of a word that you'd like to turn into a brand new piece of handpan music, pop it in the comments and I will get going. And like, yes, this is where we want to be. Juicy. I mean, it's a flavor. It's a way of life. No, it's not too late. You're perfect for juiciness. Okay. I don't know why this has tickled me so much, but it has. most extravagant, jubilant juice. I don't know why, out of all of the pieces today, including the happiest day of my life, this was the one that I was like, this needs pure joy. There is no reasoning, but so many amazing words today. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Thank you. Oh, and this is really so much kindness. Yeah, I really love improvising. I love this opportunity to make things up, to play juicy hand-pan pieces, which I would probably never do by myself. So it really gives me a forum to do those things on. So thank you so much. So glad to have played the headache away. And you're all amazing. So yes, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, tell your mates, try and share my videos around if you are so moved. It really does mean so much every time I read a lovely comment or even get a like on it. So thank you for your continued support. Yeah, that's it. See you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Rosie Begonzi there with the improvised track GC from her Thursday live stream. Do check it out, 6 p.m. every Thursday. Rosie doing her handpan improvisations in response to the words that people give her. And you can also see Rosie Begonzi playing live at Vanishing Point at AMP Studios on Thursday, the 3rd of June. Tickets for that will be on sale on Friday after the Vanishing Point gig that happens on this coming Thursday. So 3rd of June, Rosie Begonzi live at Vanishing Point at AMP Studios. Well, next up, it's Graham Beck. He's a guy who's been a regular at Fresh in the Net, been on my radar for a little while. And as we can see, he's having a bit of trouble with his feng shui.
I can't do a thing with my shui. I nearly lost it the other day. I can't arrange it this way and I can't arrange it that. When it gets out of control, I have to keep it under my hat. You know I can't do a thing with my shui. Can't do a thing with my shui. I don't know what to say, I've tried it every other way. Can't do a thing with my shui. I can't do a thing with my yin. And I can't do a thing with my yang. Can't do a thing with my yin, 'cause it just went ping and my yang went pang, I'm sad to say. I can't do a thing with my shui. Can't do a thing with my shui. I don't know what to say, I've tried it every other way. Can't do a thing with my shui. Take it away now. I don't know what to say, I've tried it every other way. Can't do a thing with my shui. Time to sing along now, I can't do a thing with my shui. Can't do a thing with my shui. I don't know what to say, I've tried it every other way. Can't do a thing with my shui. I can't do a thing with my shui. Can't do a thing with my shui. I don't know what to say, I tried it every other way. Can't do a thing with my sway. You know I can't do a thing with my sway. But one more time I can't do a thing with my sway. Hey!
Fantastic, Graham Beck and Feng Shui. Well, next up is an artist who I've played in my radio show a few times now, and we'll be playing this track actually on my radio show on Saturday. It's a video for him performing it with a violinist. It's Art Block, and the track is called Brother.
My brow is quivering, filled with light of angels. Sometimes in the night I feel a sense of danger. Past comes in haunted dreams, figure from my childhood, minutes of 1,000 nights, filled in shivering silence. You were meant to be my life, brother. You were meant to fight. You were supposed to protect me there, brother. Karma's got revenge. As I slip, you kick my bones, shiver there, little child. You were meant to be my friend, brother. You were meant to defend. You were meant to be my life, brother. You were meant to fight. You were supposed to protect me there, brother. Karma's got revenge. The soul, it prays to be made whole. The light, it cuts just like a knife. You were meant to be my life, brother. You were meant to fight. You were supposed to protect me there, brother. Karma's got revenge.
Wonderful performance there by Art Block with the song Brother. Well, next up, this one's a bit of fun. Double Bass Dan has been on the show before with a track that's inspired by fond memories of his childhood and the times he spent with his dad. And he's got his family in the video. It's Double Bass Dan, and this is a song called Woodworking.
working wood, working wood, working all day long, doing wood, working wood, working wood, working all day long. When we had a garden back in the day, me and my daddy would love to play doing wood, working wood, working wood, working all day long, doing wood, working wood, working wood, working all day long. I would make a shield, he could make one too, fashion out a sword with some 2x2, doing wood, working wood, working wood, working all day long, doing wood, working wood, working wood, working all day long, going. Aha! Ow! Made a little chair, a table too, measured out the lines and sawed right through, doing wood, working wood, working wood, working all day long, doing wood, working wood, working wood, working all day long, going. Aha! Ow!
Double bass Dan there, having fun with his family on a track called Woodworking. Well, next up, it's that amazing Aussie duo now living in London, Fenderline. And this is a track called Northeast, which is a cover of a song by the Welsh band the La La Lets. It's Fenderline and Northeast.
3, 4.
Flying over, yeah, I can see you all laughing now.
Another fantastic live lockdown performance from Fenderline there with their cover of the La La Let's song Northeast. Well, some of you may recall from a few editions back when I played a track by Rookery that I mentioned sadly that Alison O'Pallis, who had been so much a stalwart of that band, passed away just before Christmas. Well, George Harris has continued the band. This is him and Eric performing live in lockdown. The track they sent me was quite long, so we agreed that I would take an excerpt from that performance. So here they are, Rookery Ensemble.
Blowing your clarinet, surrounded by them, and a cow in the middle. And then you're dancing somewhere in Middle England, and partying in a field somewhere, someplace, and then marching to the heights and marching for the people's rights and taking the stand. Takes me now to the concept of salsa metal and dancing carnival cows in the green fields on festival time, driving down to the working hay, beating the revolutionary banner. Your passion and speed queen conversation was equal in every measure. You always said your family line led back to the west coast pirate queen, Ronya. You love to think this, and I think it's real. A good energy to keep that going. Especially in the determinations in those last months, as Bruce, your fierce strength of will, traits to imagine come down the line, sounds and rhythms, poetry and speech, mind and power in creation, always figured and maintained. The soul and beauty of the earth, sky, water, fire to the mind, forever emboldened in the long and ancient path. The swirl, your sense of fun, the mischief, even in times of illness. Your will to drive out injustice was still in sight, but at times had taken a backseat rest, emboldened trips out in the push-up hill. We had to keep some stories for us, no one else. Touching trees, my love for you. My love for you, through you, the pirate queen and the stars. My heart is out with yours, and so installed the mystique and ventures in belief.
Stirring stuff from Rookery Ensemble there, playing live in lockdown. Well, next up, I'm very pleased to say that my interview guest is Toby Sonics. Now, Toby Sonics, like me, is a moderator and reviews writer for Freshener Net, and he's teamed up with another moderator and reviews writer from Freshener Net, who's also a very good friend of mine, Chris Ingram, aka Wee Scott's Poet. They have released a single, the video for which you will be seeing in a short while. But first of all, I caught up with Toby via Zoom in his studio in Luxembourg for this interview. Well, I'm very pleased to have on the show Toby Sonics. Toby, welcome to Upstream on Trusteddoc.tv.
Well, thanks for having me. And yeah, hopefully we can talk about something a little bit interesting that people want to hear. And
yeah, definitely.
Thanks for agreeing to preview the lyric video.
Oh, you're very welcome. So let's talk about this. Obviously, you and I are both moderators for Freshener Net. the wee Scots poet who appears with you on the single is Chris Ingram, who is also a Freshener Net moderator. So how did you and Chris end up deciding that you were going to collaborate on a single?
Chris wouldn't leave me alone. As simple as that. He just kept badgering me and badgering me. I remember I was listening to your radio show on Saturday night, and I can't remember the name of the artist, but there was a French language track that you played a few times, kind of pop French kind of thing. And I said, "Oh, I've got to do something in French. This is great." Yeah. And Chris immediately said, "No, you need to work with a Scottish poet." Like it was incessant. It was like he just appeared. It was just like incessant badgering, and eventually I just had to give in. That was it.
He wore you down, did he?
Well, I heard. I mean, interesting actually. I mean, I was listening to his radio show, and he played a very early track, a German track from I think in the 1920s or something like that, and it was about the spread of fascism, what have you, within Germany, and he translated it. And just listening to how compelling that sounded, I thought, yeah, there is something about that that's just really interesting. That voice really captures you. And so I built the production right from the get-go. All the little things was built for Chris. And then once I got it to a standard where I felt it was worth, sending it to him, so I wouldn't be wasting his time. I sent it off and said, "Do you want to put some words to this?"
Interesting. I mean, Chris and I have been good friends for a few years now. Are you telling me that he speaks German? Because I never knew that.
I don't know if he spoke it or whether he found a translation, or I'm not sure or whether he Googled it. I'm not sure what he did to get it, but he was going through the translation of what the lyrics were from this German song. And it was yeah, he's got one of those voices that really compels you to listen when he talks. He's got this really great kind of sense of texture in his voice and sort of depth that comes out. That was just really interesting. And I thought, yeah, this is definitely someone I can work with, and we can do something very interesting with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've played some of Chris's previous tracks on my show, so I definitely with you on the compelling voice. So all the little things, I presume then it really was just a case of you built an instrumental track and just kind of gave him more or less the freedom to come up with whatever he wanted, did he, lyrics wise?
Pretty much, yeah, that was pretty much it. I put the track together very much with this sense of wanting to do something that was positive. I felt very strongly that that's what people need right now. And yeah, I mean, disco is, it's the electronic genre for hard times. If you look at the origins of disco and what was going on in New York at that time, when the city was eating itself in a heroin epidemic and nobody had any jobs and everything. And it was, they needed their Saturday Night Fever. They needed to escape. And I think that, it is something that, music does live and breathe in its time. So I put it together, and my idea was to have something that kind of celebrated the little things in life. And Chris just took that idea and just sort of ran with it and came back with this idea of it's like a father talking to a newborn child or something. And it kind of really threw me at first, because the first thing I heard, what he did is he recorded a demo on the world's worst USB microphone. I have no idea what he recorded it on. I've never even seen this audio format before. I couldn't even get Cubase to open it. I had to go into Wavelab to even open this thing. I don't even know what it was. It was in some weird sample, like 33 kilohertz sample rate or something really bizarre. Anyway, so I dropped it into the project, and the first thing I heard was Chris going, bada, 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 boo. I thought, okay, this is different. And as I started to play with it and start to move things around a little bit and shift stuff about, I started to realize, actually, you know what, there is something really compelling and really very beautiful about this if we can get it to work. If we can't get it to work, we're going to fall flat on our backsides. It's a real all or nothing track. And I'm still kind of holding my breath on that. I'm still sort of waiting, because it's not out yet. It hasn't been played yet on radio or anything like that. I know some stations are going to play it. I know some blogs will review it, but you know, I'm still at that stage of, have we got it right, or are we going to fall flat on our backsides?
Well, of
You know,
course,
it's
by the time this interview goes out, I will have played it on my radio show, so we'll have had our first reaction to it at least.
Yeah, we tested it.
I'm surprised Chris didn't insist you called it all the wee things, but there you go.
I think there was a little bit of that. I went with all the little things. I think just feels like a good title. It rolls well, I think, as a title. But no, I mean, when he delivered the demo to me, all he said was, "It's really rough, but it's enough to give you the idea of my genius." Or something like that. It's enough for you to recognize the genius of my idea. Okay, all right, we'll go with that then. So, but
modest as ever.
I really love it. I love the rub between this super tight pop production where I really pushed myself harder than I ever have before on just the specifics of a production. And it was very much like dancing on the head of a pin. Everything had to be absolutely right. And my overall feeling when I finished it was just one of relief, because it was no fun at all to make, because everything had to be just so spot on and on the mark. And then on the other hand, you have this really expansive kind of psychedelic spoken word bit by Chris. And it's going to turn some people off. There's no doubt about it. It is. It's going to turn people off. And I know when I go to playlists, they're going to go, "Oh, we like the new disco bit, but what's the spoken word about?" Or, "We like the spoken word, but we don't like the new disco." It's going to throw people off. But I think for people who get it, they're really going to love it. I think it's that sort of track. And for me right now, with so many tracks being uploaded to Spotify every day, if you're not doing something to make it stand out from the crowd, if you're not doing something a little crazy or a little different, I don't know, is it really worth bothering at this point?
I think that's pretty much a hard and fast rule at any time, really, isn't it? You should always be trying to do the thing that no one else is doing. So that's definitely a good way to go. So just before we wrap the interview up, what's the plan now in terms of taking it out and looking to try and get it out there, and reviews and radio play, etc.?
Okay, so I've done the blog submissions first. That's all been done. That gets done pretty much once I've got the hyper save or the pre-save. So it goes up to DistroKid about 4 weeks in advance or something like that. And pretty much it starts going to the blog. Once I've done the blogs, then we move to podcast and radio. This is a little different because I've got a radio premiere on Friday because I'm doing a live interview, my first live interview on radio, which is going to be interesting, with the Warp Factor, which will already have happened by the time people see this, of course. And then I'm rolling out on the radio from Saturday onwards. So your show will be the first show after the premiere, and then there's another radio show that Russ Evans is going to play on his show Saturday night. So I'm gradually rolling all the radio and podcasts out now.
Have you given it to Ming and John for the Monday Night Ride Out?
Yes, yeah, they've got it. And then from then, then it's going to be a lot of radio submissions. So I'm going to start with what I call the friendly stations who have played at least one of my tracks before. So work my way through them. There's about 50 of them that I've got to go through. And then I'm going to go through the rest, including stations I found that I haven't contacted before. And I need to make a decision about college radio in America, because I did it with Eye of the Storm, and I think I got 2 positive responses out of about over 100 radio stations or something like that. So it's very, very labor intensive. So whether it's worth trying to do college radio in the States with this or not, I don't know. I may or may not.
I would say yes, and I would say personally that if you hit 100 college radio stations and you got 2 of them to play, that's actually a good result. You never have high ratios with these things, but 2 college radios playing it is good. I presume a certain Tom Robinson as well, possibly on Six Music. Is that you're going to approach Tom?
I don't personally. I've never personally sort of gone directly to Tom with a piece of music. I mean, I will post it on the little moderator email that we have. I will share it there, but I kind of just leave it like that. I assume if Tom is interested, he'll listen to it, and I mean, I know he's a big fan of Chris's work, so I think he'll listen to it. And if it's his thing and he likes it, and it'll depend on the week. I mean, you know how it is. He's got 14 to 16 tracks he can play a week. If there are 14 to 16 great tracks, then it won't, then it may not fit in there. But having run my own new music playlist for years, I know how hard it is to say no to artists. We all know how tough it is out there. Really, when it comes to people I know that do things like what Tom's doing, if he takes the time to listen to it, then that's more than enough. If he thinks it's a great fit, fantastic. If he doesn't, that's okay too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Toby, good luck with it all. It's a great track, and as you say, original as well, and hopefully lifting a few spirits as well in the difficult times. So best of luck with it all, and just leaves me to say thank you very much for being my interview guest.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for playing the video.
Well, I've had both the trailer and the single itself on my radio show, but as promised, here it is, the video for Toby Sonics and Wee Scott's Poet, and this is All the Little Things.
The wee things, all those little things. You and me, we can be a toucan. Rainbows at the end of your nose. Time blows bubbles, emerge from rubble. Haldon collide with me, let's gaze through Hubble. The wee things, all those little things. Those wee things, all those little things. See it all, glorious microscopic. Mandala seahorses, so kaleidoscopic. Like sunshine's kisses, she makes it better. It's midnight. Slide into that slipper, Barbarella. The wee things, all those little things. Those wee things, all those little things. The wee things, all those little things. Those wee things, all those little things. The wee things, all those little things.
Well, there you have it. Toby Sonics and Wee Scott's Poet, aka Chris Ingram, and a track which is called All the Little Things. Well, next up, with a very energetic, cracking live lockdown performance, is the Edinburgh trio Sons of the Descent, and this is a track called Knowing Gaze. From Edinburgh, that's Sons of the Descent and a track called Knowing Gaze. And we move from one cracking live lockdown performance to another. This is Starks, a young band from Buckinghamshire, who I'm very excited to say will be playing my Trusted Doc live gig at the Amersham Arms on the 15th of September. This is them with a track called All of Your Love.
Tell me something I don't know. I'm tired of taking chances, so be honest with me. Not sure if you're ready, but if we are, we'll take it steady. Don't need to be giving answers, just something I already know. I know it's different, but don't be scared of feeling it. Just give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me of us. Give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me. If I told you the truth, you'd be too easy to lose. So give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me of us. Watching trains over bridges through my panda eyes. Something about your loving makes me feel so alive. And I know it's different, but don't be scared. Now I'm feeling it. Just give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me of us. Give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me. If I told you the truth, you'd be too easy to lose. Give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me of us. Keep trying all the time, keep trying to clear my mind. Keep trying all the time, keep trying to get off my mind. Just give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me of us. Give me all of your love. Everything just keeps reminding me. Oh, I know if I told you the truth, you'd be too easy to lose. So I'll just give you all of my love. Everything just keeps reminding me of us.
Wonderful stuff there from Buckinghamshire band Starks. And as I say, you can see them play Trusted Doc live at the Amersham Arms in New Cross on the 15th of September. Well, keeping going with the live performances, this one, I think, was recorded outside his house. From America, this is Orange G, and the track is called Orion's Arrow.
I released this one in January, and it definitely fits with the time of day that we're in right now here on the East Coast. Just looking up at the night sky and thinking about time, judgment, what we want to do with our lives, and all the challenges that we face in doing it, and kind of the way that people might judge how we seek fulfillment. So this one's called Orion's Arrow. Stand and draw an arrow knocked. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
that black swan. Yeah, chase it across the night sky. The heroes fly, but so does time. It can't be stopped or bottled up. It keeps on moving forward. Months go by, a switch in time. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Identity, it's new to me. New shoes to walk in, new songs to sing, compare notes and anecdotes of our elusive quarry and its unknown beauty. My arrow flies just like time. I'm moving towards disorder, lost lullabies spent in the evening. Navigate and circulate several times around the sun. We meet in the morning for Judgment Day, where you will weigh my collected treasures. Did they bring you pleasure? What have you done, my prodigal son? Did you waste your time on friends and fine wine? Or in the back of trucks, just looking up at your judge and jury? Stand and draw, you only get one shot at this life. I'll see you again in the morning. And that is Orion's Arrow. Yeah, thank you all for watching.
Wonderful stuff there from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's Orange G and a song called Orion's Arrow. Well, next up from Southampton, one of the most featured bands on this series is Manic Grass once again, and a new track and video from them. And this is called Take a Note, Buddy.
Well, music is my first love, but I've had the other affair. I've traveled right around the world trying to meet a lady fair. I went to music, it's It's music for romance. Well, music I am faithful. Music I am true. Music never breaks my heart. I'm so in love with you. Yeah, music. 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 You're my best friend. Music. 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 You're my best friend.
Well, a characteristically energetic video and song from Manic Grass from Southampton, and that's a track which is called Take a Note, Buddy. Well, this coming Thursday, the 6th of May, heralds the return of Live Muted to South East London, when I finally get to promote Vanishing Point at AMP Studios over a year on from when I was originally meant to move there, having parted company with the Ivy House. And one of the acts who's performing on Thursday is Heliphonics, and it's also a launch gig for her EP Confusion. Here is a trailer for Helen's video. It's Heliphonics and Confusion, and you might notice a little plug for a certain gig towards the end of the video. Well, rounding us off in some style there, that's the trailer for the new Heliphonics EP, Confusion. And as I said before, you can see Helen performing live along with Hanya White, Tiger Sonic and Richard Sanderson for Vanishing Point at Amp Studios this coming Thursday, the 6th of May. And well, just leaves me to say thanks ever so much for watching, whether you've joined us live in the chat room or whether you're watching later on YouTube. Your company, as always, is very much appreciated. I will be back in 2 weeks' time with edition 25 of Upstream with more live lockdown performances, more videos, another interview, maybe another trailer or two, who knows. In the meantime, take care, everybody, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time.